Everyone wants the fast path to six figures. Everyone wants to make 100K a year, then 200K a year, then 500K. But no one talks about how much patience, how much persistence, and long game thinking it actually takes to grow a real sustainable company. In this episode, I'm giving it to you, as always, straight to the point, no fluff. And if you're not willing to be patient, you're not ready to be successful. And honestly, you just don't have to listen to this. My business didn't blow up overnight. It didn't blow up overnight. It felt honestly almost like this because I did not expect it to go that fast, but it was not overnight. My clients' businesses didn't blow up overnight. They grew because we all kept showing up when it was quiet, when there was no sales coming in, when no one was DMing us being like, oh my God, I just want to work with you. No. And be like, where are those DMs? When you feel like nothing is moving, nothing is in motion, you feel you are maybe doing the same thing as before and nothing's happening, or you're doing the same thing as Georgia and nothing is working. In business, we are always in a phase of expansion or in a phase of contraction. So yes, sometimes it's like, oh my God, look at these amazing clients. Oh my God, I've just signed 3 clients this week. Oh my God, this just happens. My DMs are flooded. I don't even have the time to answer to everyone. I have sales everywhere, abundance. Yes, yes, yes. And sometimes it's like, what's happening? I am doing all of the things and it's not working, which actually has nothing to do with is it working or is it not working, because not all results are instant. And most people, they quit during the quiet phase because they're like, this is not working, da 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 da. So honestly, if you have tenacity and patience, you have probably 80% greater chance to build a multi six-figure business than anyone else. Hi, I'm Gwen. I've taught hundreds of women just like you, hundreds of women, how to build and scale their businesses online. It's not for nothing that everyone called me the strategy queen. Okay, I blend energetic strategy and mindset work because I don't believe strategy is enough to build a holy shit, I can't believe this is my multi six figure business. And I said shit. And today I want to talk about patience. I want to talk about why patience is so not negotiable if you want to build something real, like a big business. Right now, you might be, as I mentioned before, doing a lot of different things. Maybe you're putting out content and you're wondering why it's not blowing up. What is happening? I'm doing all of the things. I'm doing exactly what everyone is saying. Or maybe you're launching. So it's not about just the content. You're launching and perhaps you're feeling frustrated because people are not buying. People are not buying maybe instantly. What's happening? Why people don't buy from me instantly? What am I doing wrong? Maybe you are looking at other people's growth and thinking I'm better, or what I'm doing is better, or it's the same. Why isn't this happening to me? Or she has been in business for a year. I've been in business for 5 years. And here is what you need to hear. That's not always what we want to hear. But if you're not ready to be patient, if you're not ready to be patient, you are not ready for the business you say you want. Because the truth is, what you're building at the moment, the real company, that takes time. And you say you want to build an empire, right? When you hear me saying like you want to build an empire, not a cute side business that is going to give you 1K per month, like you want an empire, a business is going to hold you, your family, your project, you say yes. You say you want to replace maybe your other job if you still have another job on the side. You say you want to replace the salary. You want to even make more money in the future. You say you want clients reaching out to you on a daily basis, new people. And the truth is that this takes time. It's not just like this that people are going to trust someone on the internet. Maybe you are doing something wrong, okay? But maybe not. And if you're not one of my clients, to be honest, I can't really say if you are or if you're not doing something wrong. Mastery, momentum, magnetism, like all of this stuff, it doesn't happen overnight. It's just not possible. You can't master even content, how to create content that really reflect who you are, your value, your vibe, all of this, and become your most magnetic self overnight. You can't build momentum overnight. That's why it's called a momentum. The same as, and you know it, that the fruit is the last thing to grow on a tree. How yummy is it? Yeah, but the tree didn't stop growing halfway, being like, where's my fruit? Come on. And on principle, you understand this, okay? You get it. But sometimes you forget about that and you get into your head and you think something is wrong when nothing is wrong. It's the same when you look at investing. You want people to hire you long term. And I'm just saying this because sometimes your action are not matching what you want. Yeah. And as sometimes we say, the math is not mathing. You want people to hire you long term, but you don't actually hire anyone to work long term. You're definitely not modeling the behavior that you would want sometimes your clients to have. When you have clients coming in, you tell them, like, this is not going to be overnight. Like, I'm going to give you all the tools. I'm going to help you side by side. You tell them this. You know that they're not going to have a result overnight. They need to show up. They need to be patient. They need to do the stuff. But suddenly, when it is for you, you may forget about it sometimes. And I'm laughing because it's the same, okay? It's the same for me. Sometimes I also needed this reminder. And that's exactly why I'm showing up now and telling you. It's not because I am better than the entire planet. No, it's because I've been through this exact same thing. And it's the same for you with your clients. You've been through the exact same thing. That's why you tell them, be patient, like you will see. It's the same for all of my clients. It was the same for me. You know it. And so what you're doing sometimes, or maybe right now, is that you start signing up for like small courses, or maybe you feel like, okay, I'm going to invest this $50 in this thing to build an empire company. Yeah. You're trying to build your empire company, listening to podcasts, listening to YouTube videos, listening to masterclasses and strategy. And that's cool. But the reality is that only 1% of the conversations out there, okay, this conversation, a conversation on Instagram, a strategy tip from a blog or an Instagram post that you've seen, only 1% of this is actually meant for you. Right now, you don't all need to be patient. Yeah. You will definitely all need to be patient at one point to build your business instead of giving up. That's for sure. But you see what I mean? Not all conversations are meant for you. And you're actually wasting your time. You are wasting your time listening to conversations that are not meant for you. This is why, like, personally, I do not listen to conversations that are not meant for me. And that's why I'm in containers where the conversation are for me. Yeah. And so, of course, right now you are impatient. If you are impatient, it's because you are trying 1,000 things at the same time. You're listening to this person say to create content, I need to be in my authority. I need to be like this. I need to do this. Oh no, this person say to make more sales, I need to launch 3 times a year. No, this one say stop launching, sell every day. What the fuck am I doing? Seriously, these conversations are not all for you. So you need to stop quitting, okay, on strategies that just need time. If you have the good strategy for yourself, okay, you need to stop changing direction every 2 weeks. You need to stop also expecting to post a few times and then go viral. Building a 6-figure business, like a business that generates 6 figures per year, okay, so that's between 100K and 999K per year, okay, this isn't hard because the strategy is complicated, okay? Because the strategy is going to depend on you, your lifestyle, what you want, how many clients you want to have. Like, this is going to be the strategy. It's hard because most people don't have the patience to stick with the strategy that is good for them long enough for it to work. And they start having shiny object syndrome, looking everywhere, being like, but she's doing this, maybe I should try. That looks like it's working for her. No, of course, first, everyone needed to know which strategy is best for them, okay? And get like a best fit strategy. A strategy, as I love to say, that fits you like a glove. Not a strategy where you put a shoe on your hand and just trying to like look like a princess or a queen. No. So let's see what patience in business actually looks like. So first of all, it looks like refining. And refining, it takes time. Okay. The first time you launch, probably won't be your best. The first time you launch with a strategy, it might actually be your best because maybe you built so much momentum before. But I want you to understand also that all the results you have right now, the situation you are in right now, who you are right now, this is a reflection of your past. So if you're clapping yourself right now, clap, 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 you are in an amazing situation right now. You're making sales and all of the things, which I hope this is you listening to me. You are clapping the old version of you who made all of those decisions and did all of the things. It's not you of today, okay? Your first content strategy, it was probably a little bit messy, or it's going to be. But every time you repeat something, every time like you're going to refine more and understand, I don't like this, I like this. This is the way I feel the strongest when I talk like this. You're going to feel stronger, more confident. You don't build momentum by always starting over. Okay? You build it because you stick with it. Number 2 point that I wanted to talk about is that your audience, they need time. They need time to catch up. And sometimes you are a bit too fast. You're like, okay, I've said this offer exists. I'm opening the doors for 1 week. Why? No one bought, or I just had 2 people buying? Do you think that everyone is hanging on your words all year round waiting for you to drop an offer? I think sometimes, like, come on, come on. So people they need to hear the same message over and over, okay, before they buy. I hear like different numbers between like 7 and 20, 21 time is what is kind of like agreed on how many times someone needs to hear the message before it actually prints. And then they have to make a decision. And some people, the way that they make decision take time. Some people have a more instinctive way of making decision. Okay. So don't beat yourself also. Like everyone makes decision differently. But the fact that someone didn't DM you today doesn't mean that it's not working. Maybe someone is thinking about it. Come on, give it a break. The right people, they may be watching, or maybe no one that was right was watching today. But if tomorrow you don't show up because yesterday no one signed up, or no one told you anything, and tomorrow the person for the first time come on your account, they won't see anything. Be patient. You also have to be okay with having a slow season. As I mentioned at the beginning, like everything, our entire world is about expansion and contraction. Every day, this is what happens in your muscle when you move. Something contracts so something can open. Like this is exactly how it works. And some month will feel quiet. I had plenty of quiet month and weeks. Okay, plenty of them. And I had plenty of like, oh my God, what's happening? Where are all those clients coming from? Some offers, they won't take off. Sometimes they will never take off. Sometimes they won't take off the first time. And if you think that because an offer is not working, well, no one is buying it, let's say, that this is a failure or that you are failing and making it mean something that it doesn't mean, this is on you. This is on you. It is your responsibility to see like what things meant for you. Okay. Because for me, when I see an offer is not working, I take it as data. I'm not going to take it as this means something about me, Gwen. Impatience makes you make the wrong moves, okay? Think about it. When you act from desperation, oh my God, I really need sales, I really need someone, like you break your own system. So you find out like what strategy is best for you. And you have, let's say, this launch and you're like, okay, so I'm doing this launch, I love it. And then I have it open until Saturday evening. Oh my God, I don't have more. Okay. I'm going to send an email to everyone saying it's open for 5 more days. First of all, like that does look like you made no sales. That doesn't look like, oh my God, people are just running for this. Or sometimes like no one bought the first 3 days or 4 days of your launch. And then you start showing up differently. And this is what is going to make a difference in your launch, is that your launch is going to flop. Not because no one bought the first 3 days, but because you let it mean something about your launch, about you, about your offer, and you didn't show up like the same way. And you start second guessing all the time what you're doing, why it's not working. Patience, on the other side, let you lead with power. Let you lead with power. You know that people are coming. You are truly talking from your heart. Like that's why there was an entire thing behind it. It's not just the strategy, it's also like who you are, how do you show up, this vibe that people get like when you speak. And if you're desperate, I promise like it is not very attractive. It's like imagine going on a date and the person's like, oh my God, can you please come home with me, because I've never coming home with someone for like 2 years or something. So it's a very bad example. I've been married for way too long, but you get the point. Desperation, like it's not attractive. Okay. You want to attract the ideal client by being you, by being your most powerful person. And they're like, oh my God, who is she? Yeah. And desperation also makes you react. And when you have the patience, you're a lot more strategic. Okay, you use your logic. What am I supposed to do? Okay, yes, this is the right thing to do, instead of emotionally reacting to it. Patient, it doesn't mean, however, that you are slow. And I did an episode recently on how I make decisions fast, so fast that most people actually don't follow, which is sometimes difficult because I have to explain why I did stuff and and things, like let's say in my personal life. And I want you to understand that being patient, because knowing that this is what needs to be done, this is how long it's going to take, and making a slow decision is very different. Patience and how you make decisions has nothing to do. Okay, I hope you see what I mean. Another point, and that would be my last point actually on this, is that every sustainable business, okay, you want a sustainable business. I know it. Like, you want to, yes, you are fine working your ass off, like being like, when I want something, I'm not going to like count the hours because I just love it so much. But you also want to have your life. Yeah. So ideally, like, even if you find having some period where you do more, you also want to be able one day, like me, working only 4 days a week, or you want to maybe like me finish at 4 p.m. Or you want to, you want your business to be sustainable. You want to be off for a month. And this is not possible by changing everything all the time. I definitely didn't scale my business by constantly changing everything. I scaled because of repeating what worked, simplifying what I need to simplify, refocus, and letting time to do the job. And the sooner you stop expecting instant result, the faster your business is going to grow. Because the truth is that anyone can show up for a week. Anyone can post for a month. Oh yeah, I'm going to post. And I had a client honestly telling me this, like, I think last week. Okay, so I'm going to motivate myself and try to post every day this month, or try to post 5 days a week this month. And I was like, no, what about after? And why do you say try? Can you not do it? Like, don't put goals like this for yourself that you're not going to respect. Okay. Why that? Because it also teach yourself again, one more time, I said something and I don't do it. I'm such a dipshit. And this is the way you're going to start talking to yourself instead of having a plan that is actually doable. Why don't you have a strategy that is actually doable? The women who succeed, they show up until it works. They do the work, but they also don't expect showing up, doing the same thing every day without result, and then continuing to do the same thing and have result. If you're not having a result doing something, yes, after a point, you have to refine and review what you're doing. Okay. And that's why, like, you usually work with someone that also know your business and has this overview, this zoomed out vision of what you're doing, and that can help you make good decision for your business, because ultimately a mentor, a coach is helping you make decision that helps you be the boldest you, that helps you be the most powerful one, and not the person who is scared and reacting in her business. I don't make money, quick a launch. I don't make this, quick. I had weeks, like I said, without any sales, and I showed up the exact same way, and then all the sales came back up. Okay. And I know that when I'm in a period, and maybe it's difficult for you because maybe you are in the deep down and you've never seen the up that comes after. Okay. But I had many. Okay. I had many times where nothing's happening in my business, and then it's the biggest momentum I've ever had. And then nothing's happening. And when nothing's happening, this is the time where, instead of like freaking out, I hold my boundaries. I am clear on my vision, on what needs to be done, and I have support. I have all year round support. I am always working with a coach where I have a one-to-one or in a mastermind. Yeah. And sometimes I'm in a mastermind and I have a one-to-one. So it really depends on what you think is possible for your business. But if no one except your husband or your partner or your dog is telling you, oh, this is a good idea or this is not a good idea, you're definitely not going to have an empire if this is what we are aiming for. When I say like I don't make sales sometimes, I never start the month at zero. Actually, I've already make at least 5K if I will not sell anything. And in my online coaching business, and as most of you know, I have 3 businesses. Okay. So of course it's easy for me to make multi 6 figures, right? Because I have multi 6 figures. I have 3 multi 6 figures businesses. So of course they all make multi 6 figure. But what I mean here is that even just for my mentoring business coaching online, like I will never start at zero. And that's because this is how I built my business. So I know that when I have one of those empty periods, then I'm fine. I am not like showing up being like, oh my God, can you please buy from me? And then attracting people that are going to like completely suck my energy. And instead, and I can tell you, like at the moment, I have 3 one-to-one clients. And if you listen to that, I love you. I absolutely love my clients. The people that I'm attracting like are the best people on the planet. Like the way that they want to grow their business, the energy that they have, the dedication that they have, but also like the absolute love, and they're so genuine and they just want to really have their clients, and like they are amazing, and I attract them because I'm not like trying to attract anyone, and I actually say no to people that I don't want to work with, okay, when we are not a match, because if we are not going to be well together, there is no point for me to work with them. Yeah, if you're serious about building a business like you say you are, okay, and you are not in Elevate right now, I want you to know that the doors are reopening of Elevate. I've actually completely changed this program so many times. I just love the name so much because I feel elevating yourself, even if it's, I feel since the last 2-3 years, like a lot of people now also use this name, which is fine, you know. I just find Elevate is like your entire life is not just your business, needs to elevate your identity, your content, absolutely everything. And so I completely, again, changed Elevate, and it's reopening on April 18 with completely revamped version, how it's organized, what you have access to, like all of the things are evolving. I will open the doors during the free masterclass I'm hosting in 2 days when you're listening to that, on April 18th at 5 p.m. And the masterclass is called Why People Aren't Buying Yet, and the 3 things to do to change that immediately, because I know that you're not making the sales that you could be making, and you know it too. So save your spot at businesswithgwen.com/masterclass for the free masterclass. And like this, you will heard about Elevate if you didn't already. If you already looked at Elevate and you want to know what is new or all the things, you can send me a DM on Instagram, and I would love to chat with you. Thanks for listening to today's training on Don't Listen to This if you're not ready to be patient. Now you know it. If you like today's episode, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any future training like this one. Bye, everyone.